The Seattle Storm training camp has begun. Welcome back to another episode of the Seattle Sports Show, where we love Seattle pro sports. I'm your host, Mikey, and today we are talking about the Seattle Storm beginning training camp today. And let's just get into it. The first thing that we are going to talk about is who is in training camp, who's on this training camp roster. We have Elena Coates, Kayla Davis, Skylar Diggins-Smith, Dulcie Fanka-Manjadu, Joyner Holmes, Jordan Horston, Jewel Lloyd, Ezzy Magbagor, Jade Melbourne, Kay Miller, Nika Mule, Neka Gumake, Mercedes Russell, Victoria Vivians, Sammy Whitcomb, and Kiana Williams. You're probably thinking that sounds like a lot of names, because it is. That was 16 names, due to salary cap and just the amount of players that you are allowed to carry on a WNBA roster. Anyways, the Seattle Storm sounds like they're only going to be able to keep 11 players on their roster. You can have 12, but again, because their contracts that they have currently, they're just going to be fitting 11 onto the team this year. Now, in my eyes, there's a lot of no-brainers on this list, right? Skylar Diggins-Smith, Jewel Lloyd, Ezzy Magbagor, Neka Gumake. That's your core of again, what I've been nicknaming them, the Superstorm, right? That's your core right there. And then you add Jordan Horston into that mix. When healthy, she will be in that starting lineup, I believe. We will mention that it sounds like Ezzy Magbagor was not at training camp today, but should be joining the team. If not on Monday, then within the next couple of days. This team, that to me, when I look at it, that is your obvious starting five in my eyes. Again, as long as Jordan Horston is healthy. Again, she is coming off of that shoulder surgery. Apparently, she's got an ankle injury being dealt with right now. So they apparently took it easy on her a little bit here in the first day of camp here. But, it's never a bad idea to be cautious. So to me, that's your starting five. Now, who are the other six that are going to make this team? It's going to be very interesting to see. I think Nika Mule's got to make the team just for the high energy defense she plays, and you just drafted her in the second round. Sammy Whitcomb has still got to make this team because of the 3-point threat that she is. So already there, we're up to 7 players. It's getting tough. We're talking about I really am a fan of what Dulcie was doing last year, so Dulcie I think will make this team. That being said, now we're getting tough because that's up to 8. It's 3 spots left, and a lot of good players in here still. We still need the bigs, right? So you got to get Mercedes Russell in there. That's 9. And then at this point, we've said, yeah, it is tough. I mean, we got 2 more spots. If I'm looking at these 2 spots left, I'm just looking at the players available and then thinking about the positions that you'd still want more depth at. You're probably going to end up keeping Joyner Holmes and Jade Melbourne. in my eyes. I think, by the end of this, that's how it will go. We will see. Uh, but we got just a couple of weeks to find out and see what it is exactly they are going to do and how they're going to fill out the rest of this team. I think there's going to be some good battles in there. Like we said, we saw Nika Mule on social media going to her coach and was like, if I make the team, I'll be out there. But I'm fairly positive she's going to make the team. Just seeing the high energy defense that she played with in the tournament, and knowing that the Storm need that. Okay, so now I obviously am not at training camp, but for somebody who is, and I think does a great job of covering this team, I don't know them, but I follow them on social media, is on Twitter or X, whatever you call it now, is Storm Chasers. That is the handle at WNBA Storm Chaser. They do a great job of doing write ups on the team. They, are, some sort of press member by covering the Seattle Storm, and they were invited to training camp and got to see 30 minutes of practice today. And yeah, it sounds like a there's going to be some good battles in there. But I would say if you're interested in finding out more about this team, go follow at WNBA Storm Chaser, because they do a good job of being a beat writer for this team. But what they wrote was, they got to see different groups of different lineups practicing up against the male practice players in this one. So that sounds like that was at least part of practice. I would be curious to know what was the practice like before that. How much did they have these players going up against each other? Like I said, that is going to be really interesting to see, because those battles against each other are probably going to be very important in figuring out who makes his team. Watching these players play together as well, because this team, it's got a lot of new players on it from last year's roster. So it's also going to come down to a lot of fit, and chemistry, and how well they can play together. So we will keep a close eye on that. Again, the season is in just a little bit over 2 weeks, so we're going to find all this stuff out really fast, and then we're going to get into the season, and it's going to be really exciting. Like I said, I'm calling this team the Superstorm because we have some superstar players. This is a super team. It really is, as much as they might not want to admit it. Skylar Diggins-Smith, Nneka Nwumike, and Jewel Lloyd all getting together. That is a super team, especially when now you're adding in rising star Ezi Magbagor and a highly thought of rookie Jordan Horston, who was injured the first year, but now in the second year, hopefully going to be healthy, and this team is going to be real strong. All right. Okay. We'll keep you posted. The more we find out, we'll bring the news to you, and hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, leave the comments. How excited are you for the season getting ready to just start in a couple of weeks? And podcast listeners, hit the follow, hit subscribe, leave a 5-star rating and written review, because it all helps the show grow. And thanks for listening to the Seattle Sports Show, where we watch legends awaken. So take cover, because with the sea of sound, you will see us rise to reign supreme and win forever.